It's good to be back again with our partner ATR in Kyiv, Ukraine, OCN here in the United States of America, reaching out to folks around the world, this time specifically in Ukraine, as we've been doing the past few weeks. We have a very special guest with us today, Denis Chopan. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Welcome. Nice to have you with us.
Вітаю.
Hello to you too.
Please do us a favor and introduce yourself. Let people know who you are. I know that you're a soldier. It's important for people to know.
Так, доброго дня.
Yes.
Так.
Hello, my name is Denise. I'm a serviceman of the Territorial Defense Guard of Ukraine. Right now I'm based in Kyiv, Ukraine, the capital, and I'm happy to do this interview with you.
Very good. Tell us a little bit about your service. I mean, you don't look that old. I'm an old man. You look like a young man. How old are you and when did you go into service?
Мені зараз 19.
Right now I'm 19 and I began my service last year in March last year.
Very good. And where are you scheduled to go to service here in Kyiv, or are you in other parts of Ukraine as well?
В Києві я зараз знаходжуся
I
тимчасово.
have been in Kyiv temporarily. All of my unit for more than 2 months has been based in the east of Ukraine. It's my sick leave that I'm enjoying in Kyiv because I was operated on and it's a temporary sick leave. But in 2 days, on Saturday morning, I will be leaving for the east of Ukraine.
Okay. And tell us your function in the army. What do you do?
Зараз я командир
At the moment, I'm a commander of a grenade unit. We have a grenade thrower. We work in the east of Ukraine. Mine thrower, sorry. And this is what we do.
You place mines in different parts of the field. Is that what you do?
Ні, міномет
No. A mine thrower or a grenade thrower, it's mortar. This is
Mortar. Okay.
mortar. Yeah. So you understand this is a gun that shoots. And I have a number of people who serve under me.
My goodness, you're so young for such an incredible responsibility. Tell us your feelings. I'm going to ask you questions. If I am too prying, then tell me to stop, okay? But I like to know the heart of the person I'm speaking to. What is your feeling now as a young man, 19 years old? Your country has been invaded, and here you are stepping forward and you're defending everyone. Tell us about that. How do you feel?
На початку війни,
At the beginning of the war, when the large-scale invasion of Ukraine began, I had no choice, just like many other men and women, but to go and fight for my country, to defend it, because the horrors that the occupiers were perpetrating in Kiev region of Kiev and other things, they're really horrific. And it leaves no choice to other fellow citizens of Ukraine but to stand up and serve in the armed forces, no matter how hard it may be. But the majority of the military personnel, they know why they're doing that. And for every one of them, it's a mission to accomplish, very important for every one of us.
Yeah, obviously, it's something that we have not seen, fortunately, here in the United States. We've witnessed other countries in Europe through various world wars that have gone through such difficult times. We are happy to see that many countries have come to the defense of Ukraine for the defenseless attack that has been made upon. We heard, of course, all kinds of things from that the Ukrainians were Nazis, the Ukrainians were this, the Ukrainians were that. We haven't seen any of that. We see innocent people being slaughtered. And I wonder, from your perspective as a young person, even from your faith, what do you feel is going on with this war there? What is the cause of this?
важко сказати.
It's hard to say unambiguously and to name the causes or reasons which are all too obvious. But Russia, as an invader, the way that we understand, wants to invade our country. And I, as a common believer, prior to the war, as a student of my country, I had no choice. The same goes for other people who are being tortured in the occupied territories. Young boys, in particular, who go and enter the armed forces of Ukraine in order to defend our motherland. Therefore, it's hard to name an objective, major reason why this is going on and why we're being punished like this. However, we are forced to do what we are doing.
Yes. Tell us, if you will, a little bit about your relationship with the church, your relationship with others, priests. I've interviewed several priests who are chaplains, who work with the soldiers. They tell me they go in the field, they baptize, they marry, they give communion, they give counsel. What has been your experience with priests that you've been able to interact with?
Ну, можу розпочати з того, що
Well, I can start by saying that my father is a priest
Oh my.
of the Orthodox Church of Ukraine.
Uh-huh.
я є православним.
And surprising as it may be, I'm an Orthodox Christian myself. And during this wartime, while I'm in the area of hostilities, we also get to meet chaplains who are supporting us, morally boosting our spirits. And we can also participate in the liturgy. We can go to confession and partake of communion. For a lot of Christians who are right now in war, it's helpful to them because it relieves their tensions when they speak to priests and when they are during the church service, when it is administered. This really is uplifting, it makes them upbeat.
Very good, very good. I ask most of our guests that we have to talk to us because there are people listening to us on the ATR partnerships and the OCN partnerships around the world, and people are wondering, what is it now that the Ukrainian people, you especially now as a 19-year-old, fear? What is it that you fear? And then what is it that you hope for in the future? Let's talk about the fear aspect. Now, sometimes at 19 years old, you have no fears. You just go and you do what you have to do. When we get older, we start to fear things a little more. But tell us possibly about some of yours.
Таке непросте питання.
This is not an easy question at all. However, I think that many soldiers, including myself, keep thinking about death in the back of our mind. What will happen if, for example, a bullet hits you or a shell hits you and if you perish? And this fear of not understanding of what's going to happen to us in the future if we have to die in the battlefield. I think this is the greatest pervasive, persistent fear, which is to die, to leave your younger siblings, your parents behind. Give them this grief, to be sorrowful and mourn. My death could inflict these hard feelings that they would have to go through. Therefore, this is the fear of death primarily and leaving my loved ones behind.
And we're in the spirit, of course, of Christ is risen, Christos Anesti, we say in Greek. We're in the spirit of after Pascha. So we always have hope. We have hope in the resurrection. We have hope in evil being conquered by good. Tell us some of your hopes as a young man there in Ukraine.
Недавно ми святкували
Yes,
Великодень.
recently we have celebrated Easter, and this really plants the hope of good in the hearts of many. For many people, this is a family holiday. It's all about being together with your nearest and dearest. But for many people, it's impossible to be around their relatives right now, because especially if they are deployed in the east of Ukraine. Actually, we are hoping for the swift victory and the resurrection of Christ. If we have to die, well, it bodes a hope for us.
Understood. We are sending 1,000 wooden crosses. They're little pocket crosses that I hope you'll get one of them to slip into your pocket. And it's something that we carry along with us very much. I hope you'll be able to share that with other soldiers and that it will give them hope. It says on it, Isus Christos Nika, Jesus Christ conquers all. And we want the soldiers there to have them and to know that we here in the States and our listeners around the world are with you in prayer, in thought. we are very concerned with what you're going through, and we will do what we can to continue to support you. It's very, very important that good overcomes evil in this situation. Do you have anything else you'd like to say?
Я
Yes, of course. I will be very much grateful if I have this opportunity to have such a cross. But let me tell you at this point that we have to give credit to all of the Christians, all of the believers who are praying for all of us, this military personnel, for the soldiers who are going through these hardships. We are so grateful to them, and we appreciate all of the other countries and people in other land who are not indifferent about what's happening in Ukraine. They share in what's going on in our country, and who are helping us with tangible material, military armor in order to continue fighting, because without it, we won't be able to fight for our homes and protect our families, because this is extremely important that we continue doing so.
God bless you, Denise. Thank you for doing the interview today. Stay well.
Дякую. Дякую.
Thank you. Thank you very much.